Islam is the most widespread religion in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It was introduced to the local population in the 15th and 16th centuries as a result of the Ottoman conquest of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Bosniaks are predominantly Muslim by religion, for which reason they have also been emphasized as Bosnian Muslims throughout the history, a term which thus also implies ethnic belonging, albeit traditionally adherent to Sunni Islam of the Hanafi school of jurisprudence. A 2012 survey found 54% of Bosnia and Herzegovina's Muslims to consider themselves non-denominational Muslims, while 38% declared to follow Sunnism. Muslims comprise the single largest religious community in Bosnia and Herzegovina, of whom most identify as Serbs, and Roman Catholics, of whom most identify as Croats. Minority groups of Muslims in Bosnia and Herzegovina include Albanians, Roma people and Turks. The Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian era. Islam was first introduced to the Balkans on a large scale by the Ottomans in the mid to late 15th century, who gained control of most of Bosnia in 1463, and seized Herzegovina in the 1480s. Over the next century, the Bosnians, composed of Jewists and Slavic tribes living in the Bosnian kingdom under the name of Bosniani, embraced Islam in great numbers. Under Ottoman rule. During the Ottoman era, the name Bosniani was definitely transformed into the current Bosniak, with the suffix -ak replacing the traditional anan. By the early 1600s, approximately two-thirds of the population of Bosnia were Muslim. Bosnia and Herzegovina remained a province in the Ottoman Empire and gained autonomy after the Bosnian Uprising in 1831. After the 1878 Congress of Berlin, it came under the temporary control of Austria-Hungary. In 1908, Austria-Hungary formally annexed the region. Bosnia, along with Albania, were the only parts of the Ottoman Empire in the Balkans where large numbers of people were converted to Islam, and remained there after independence. In other areas of the former Ottoman Empire where Muslims formed the majority or started to form the majority, those Muslims were either expelled, assimilated, Christianized, massacred, or fled elsewhere. Bosnian War. The ethnic cleansing of Bosnian Muslims during the Bosnian War caused a profound internal displacement of the population within Bosnia-Herzegovina, resulting in the almost complete segregation of the country's religious communities into separate ethno-religious areas. The rate of returning refugees was markedly slowed down by 2003-2004, leaving the majority of Serbian Orthodox adherents living in the Republika Srpska and a majority of Muslims and Catholics still living in the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Within the Federation, distinct Muslim and Catholic majority areas remain. However, the return of Serbian Orthodox adherents and Muslims to the pre-war homes in western Bosnia Canton and Muslims to the pre-war homes in eastern Bosnia near Srebrenica have shifted the ethno-religious composition in both areas. Throughout Bosnia, mosques were systematically destroyed by Serb and Croat armed forces. Among the most important losses were two mosques in Banja Luka, Arnoia and Furhadia Mosque, that were on the UNESCO Register of World Cultural Monuments. Destruction of Islamic religious buildings in Bosnia 1992 to 1995 increased religious identification. Religious leaders from the three major faiths claim that observance is increasing among younger persons as an expression of increased identification with their ethnic heritage, in large part due to the national religious revival that occurred as a result of the Bosnian War. Many Muslim women have adopted Islamic dress styles that had not been common, especially in cities, before the war. Leaders from the three main religious communities observed that they enjoy greater support from the believers in rural areas of Bosnia and Herzegovina rather than urban centers such as the capital Sarajevo or Banja Luka. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, there are 8 muftis located in major municipalities across the country: Sarajevo, Bihać, Travnik, Tuzla, Gorazda, Zenica, Mostar, and Banja Luka. The acting head of the Islamic community of Bosnia and Herzegovina is Husin Kovačević. In a 1998 public opinion poll, 78.3% of Bosniaks in the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina declared themselves to be religious. Secularism. For a majority of Bosniaks that identify themselves as Bosnian Muslims, religion often serves as a community linkage, and religious practice is confined to occasional visits to the mosque. Significant rites of passage such as birth, marriage, and death. Headscarves for women, or the hijab, is worn only by a minority of Bosniak women, and otherwise mostly for religious obligations. Bosnians who participate in or are children of ethnically mixed marriages between the Bosniak, Serb and Croat populations in Bosnia and Herzegovina are often irreligious. Status of religious freedom. The state constitution provides freedom of religion, and individuals generally enjoy this right in ethnically mixed areas or in areas where they were adherents of the majority religion. The government's Census Bureau today does not collect data on religious affiliation, and the percentages given of the estimates in the UN Development Programme's Human Development Report 2002 as quoted by the Bosnia and Herzegovina report. Wahhabism. Historically, the majority of Bosniaks peacefully practiced Islam, as the country was greatly influenced by Sufism. However, the country has recently become a fertile ground for Wahhabi militant activities and recruitment. Gulf countries such as Saudi Arabia and Qatar are sponsoring mosques, schools, and other communal projects that spread Wahhabism. This causes conflict within the Bosniak society that has traditionally embraced non-practicing Islam. Gallery.